Welcome to video 2 of our sunscreen series where I'm going to take the bull by its horns, endocrine disruptors in sunscreens. But I must say everyone is milking skincare right now. Just go dekho sunscreen pe video bana raha hai. Khair, it's crazy. Let's dive deep into authentic science-backed knowledge. Can sunscreen cause hormonal imbalance or endocrine disruption? Now, three main ingredients that keep popping up everywhere as villain ingredients: evobenzone, oxybenzone, octocrylene. Now, evobenzone बस बेचारा नाम के चक्कर में मारा गया. It has got no role in endocrine or hormonal disruption. It has two other issues. It's an unstable UV filter and it can cause stinging of eyes. Classic example, popular sunscreen Isdin has evobenzone. That's why few people experience watering or stinging of eyes with Isdin. Other than that, evobenzone is clear. It has no role in hormonal or endocrine disruption. Other two, oxybenzone, octocrylene. Now, octocrylene over time degrades into oxybenzone and could have similar effect. So the main notorious ingredient, oxybenzone, chemical class benzophenones. In vitro lab studies and few animal models have shown that oxybenzone has weak hormonal activity, and yes, FDA studies show that oxybenzone and octocrylene can be detected in blood after sunscreen usage. But what is important? Context. Context क्या है? Now, theobromine in chocolate can kill dogs, but for a human to reach that kind of dangerous dosage, we need to consume at least 20 kg of dark chocolate in one go. For a dog, it could be half chocolate bar. So two things: dose and different species. Now, in these lab studies, very high concentration of these ingredients are used, sometimes 1,000 times higher than what we would use in real life. Why? Because the scientists want to know if an effect is possible, not if it will happen in normal everyday conditions. Regulatory bodies of different countries, FDA, European Health Canada, review both high dose lab study and realistic exposure data before deciding the permitted concentration of these ingredients in the product. That's the whole point of having regulatory bodies. So oxybenzone, evobenzone, octocrylene can only be used, for that matter, any ingredient can only be used in those permitted concentration in the product. Yes, they do get absorbed into the blood. But what does that mean? Nothing. Either it will come out in pee or poop. Caffeine gets absorbed into blood. Paracetamol gets absorbed into blood. But the side effects would only happen when you're exposed to that lab study high dosage. And that won't happen even if you use sunscreen throughout your life. Regarding banning of these ingredients in certain countries, it's not because of hormonal disruption. It's because of environmental disruption, which is a valid point. But see, good companies are taking notes. The use of oxybenzone in sunscreen has dropped from 60% in 2017 to 9% in 2025. Don't look at everything from a lens of commercial cynicism. Oh, this is just a propaganda by an industry to make money. Read about it, research about it. I feel we're such a lucky generation that we can literally access knowledge from anywhere. But don't let Instagram, WhatsApp, and YouTube to be that source of knowledge. Read online books, medical journal articles, research papers. Let that be your source of knowledge.